No, the views and opinions expressed during RealBlackTalk.com do not necessarily reflect those of the staff and management of CCTV, the Cambridge, the community, the television, anybody else. The views and opinions expressed are of those who are talking. So if I'm talking, then they're my views and opinions. Hold me responsible. And you know,
just joining us, this is MaximizingProgress.tv, formerly known as HighTechFever.tv. I'm your host, Joe Sponson. My guest today, Sean Broderick, is the Executive Director of Techstars Cambridge.
Good evening. Welcome to Crime Time. I'm Frank Pasquarello, Public Information Officer for the Cambridge Police Department. Nice to have everyone watch from 6:30 to 7 p.m., the most popular show on CCTV. Now,
I'm your host, Brother John, and this is once again your tobacco education and smoking cessation support TV for Cambridge and the world. And I will tell you, in this part of the world, it is cold outside.
This is interesting because, as I have said before in this program, smokers generally tend to be lower income people. So to a certain extent, the war on smoking is a class war.
Okay, so this is the mask, and this is why I'm afraid I'm going to get attacked. This is the mask that will really protect you from swine flu. So
actually, I have the song because
why?
I got hit in the face.
Yeah,
I got
are
hit
you
in the
missing
face
your mouth?
earlier.
You having a mouth transplant?
So
The national guys in the national media, Donald, the national guys in the national media, they were afraid to call it. They were all up his ass. I called it 4 years ago.
Afraid?
4 years ago.
ESPN was afraid.
Listen, I don't know if I should bring up this topic, but I was going to mention Michael Vick, but you guys already talked.
Hello and welcome to Spare Change News TV. My name is Sam Baltrusis. I'm the editor-in-chief of Spare Change News. Joining me today is Debbie Perez.
Hi,
welcome to Spare Change News TV. So I met Debbie at our gala. And so tell me what, you're working on a project that is near and dear to my heart. What are you doing?
So I'm actually a master's student at the School of Public Health, and we learned about an organization called Lava Mae that has started mobile showers by retrofitting a public bus.
Oh,
so
wow.
Mobile
That's cool.
showers for the homeless. Yeah, it's really great.
So Boston University's School of Public Health?
Yeah.
And so what inspired you to do the early stages of developing this project? But what inspired you? Did you want to make a difference, or what did you want? Why mobile showers?
Well, it was really interesting because I had a friend tell me about a coworker who was homeless, and he's a really young guy, and he was saying this friend of mine that I work with, it doesn't seem like he really has a chance to shower very often, and that got me thinking, well, are there showers in shelters in Boston, or are there not? Because I know that in some places there are, and some places there aren't, and it looks like, as I was researching the shelter system in Boston, learning about shower access, I was kind of surprised, and so that got me online, and I found Lava Mae, and I realized, wow, there are people out there really trying to improve access to showers for the homeless, and that it sort of created, it inspired me to really look into this and start looking into doing some research.
So to kind of give you some insight, when Long Island closed on October 8th in last year, a lot of the people were put into temporary shelters. Yeah. And so the situation in regards to showers and restrooms was a huge issue. Yeah. So the fact that you're approaching this is pretty amazing, because I think it's perfect timing.
Yeah, we wanted to start a conversation about it because we saw, like you said, that there's a need for it. So.
And you know, and there's also what it does is it restores the dignity to the people who are in the shelter system. And truthfully, some people can be in temporary shelters and still not have access to showers because of for whatever reason that there's so few showers to people that are in the shelters. It could be that they're unsheltered. So there are various reasons why this is an amazing idea. So tell me a little bit about. So you've done some research and you talked to. Reached out to Lava Mae and the founder of Lava Mae. How did they respond?
They were so positive, and they have actually on their website, they're really working to help other cities get this started. So they have a little kit and they have all of this information right on their website. But even in emailing them, they've just been super helpful telling us about how it's been going so far. And it sounds like, you know, there are a lot of challenges because it's not an easy thing to get started on, but they're really working hard with their community, with other shelters, with their with government people to try to get this working and make more buses and make access easier. Sort of like bringing the showers to them rather than having people try to, you know, sign up for showers. Have to, you know, I think that in some shelters here, people have to sign up for it and wait, and so, you know, we've gotten a lot of interest in this from other people that either work with the homeless or not, and I think it's great. I think that, you know, it's also a perspective thing. Like if you're homeless, you definitely feel the need for something like this. But maybe if you're working as a clinician and you say like, well, there are showers, you know, so maybe it's also a perspective thing. But we've gotten conflicting things, you know, so that's been interesting to hear.
Well, from my perspective, I think that you see people, for a lot of the homeless population, they'll go to the Y, or they'll go to various places to get clean.
I know.
So it's a huge challenge.
It does seem to be.
And also I think the other biggest challenge is access to restrooms as well. And I think the fact that the Lava Mae prototype also addresses that issue too. So I was watching that the Lava Mae promotional video about how it, sort of the backstory to it. They did have some hurdles. What are some of the hurdles that you think that by doing this or doing the initial research for it, what are some of the hurdles and how do you overcome those hurdles?
Yeah, so I think some of the hurdles are obviously, you know, finding the funding for it, but also, you know, finding collaborators to work on it and finding people that, you know, can help us, because it's a very vulnerable population. There are people with mental health issues, and there are people, you know, just there's a huge need, you know, for this. So I think that some of the hurdles, you know, are definitely, you know, overcome. Like I'm sure, like Lava Mae had a lot of the same issues, but I think like working with them, we can overcome some of those hurdles too.
Well, there are a lot of. I was actually watching the video earlier. There's a lot of logistical hurdles too. Like how do you heat the water, and and then where does the water go, and all these things. And a lot of it, they already found a solution. So by teaming up with Lava Mae and having a Boston version of that, it'll sort of make it easier for you guys to actually make this a reality. So what can we do to make this reality? Like what do we as you know, as me as the editor of Spare Change News and people that are concerned about Boston's homeless population, Cambridge's homeless population, what can we do?
You know, I think that one of the biggest things that we've found is that, you know, Lava Mae model is just showing that people collaborating together, trying to raise the funds to get everyone together on this project. But right now what we're trying to do is just find funding to do the research and show that there's a need, and show that, you know, by doing interviews one-on-one with people and sharing their experiences, we can show that there's a need, and, you know, hopefully that will get, you know, government officials, but also people in the shelter system to collaborate to try to work on this project and get some nonprofits to collaborate on something like this.
Now, the MBTA, you know, is a huge issue. What happened in San Francisco is they actually had their subway system donated the bus to the group. Have you done any outreach to MBTA? We
have. So I gave them a call, and they don't have a donation system in place, but we think that, you know, we can either find other sorts of buses or other ways to do the mobile showers. But we also think that maybe, you know, once we can bring more attention to this, maybe that would be an option. We can reach out to them and ask them to donate one. So, you know, we're trying to see right now, we're in the beginning stages, but that's definitely something that we're hoping to do.
So did you hear that, MBTA? Get on the bus, donate a bus to these ladies trying to actually make this a reality. Because the buses, we're not looking for new models. We're looking for 1990 bus that may or may not be able to be used.
Right.
And what happens to those buses? They probably sit in a yard.
They use them for parts, yeah.
They use them for parts.
Maybe training, but yeah.
So
it would be great if they could donate.
Imagine by making a donation of one bus and how it can possibly change so many people's lives.
It really could.
Now, I was also watching the video on Lava Mae and how many people's lives that it affects. It's like thousands of showers every week. Each person's able to go into this really amazing little area where they have a sitting area and they have maybe some music. I don't know if they have music in the background. But it's like 20 minutes of serenity where you can actually take care of yourself and enjoy. It's kind of like going to a spa.
Yeah.
But they don't have that. You know, when you have the homeless population, especially the unsheltered population, it would be amazing to give them just 20 minutes of peace.
Yeah. Definitely. I love the Lava Mae model because they run with, providing showers, providing dignity, and also, on their videos, just how they show that, like, we don't realize what it's like to not be able to just go take a shower anytime we want. And being able to bring attention to this is really important. So I love their model. I love their video.
So as far as early stages right now, so your goal is to get as many people as possible to do the research. You're getting a grant to conduct the research.
Submitted for a grant. Yep.
So do you have any information about the grant? You're still in the process of getting the grant.
Still in the process.
Okay.
Yeah, but we'll let you know as soon as we get it. If we get it.
early stages. But if you want to help this group here, you can reach out to me, editor at SpareChangeNews.net. I'll forward the information to Debbie in regards to next steps. Mainly we're looking for people who are homeless or formerly homeless from all different parts of the greater Boston area.
Yes.
At this point. And we're also going to reach out to our vendors. Many of them are homeless or formerly homeless as well, to help Debbie and her partner in regards to making this a reality. So anything else, any hurdles or like what if you...
I was going to say there are definitely other hurdles in terms of, who do we find to actually change these buses and make them workable, and working with the city, like, getting the permits. So it's going to be a long process, but Lava Mae has definitely got, a great model, and every step of the way have been very helpful with giving us some answers. So, we're hopeful that working with them, we can move forward.
So speaking of Lava Mae, I'm going to play a video sort of talking about Lava Mae and sort of giving the backstory to this great organization. So thank you so much, Debbie, for being on Spare Change News TV. Hopefully it's playing in there.
So we're transforming a passenger vehicle into essentially a bathing facility.
You want to see this sucked back tighter.
Correct.
And you want to see a cove.
Yeah. We brainstormed for several months how this could even be possible in a city like San Francisco, which is so ridden with permitting and regulatory hurdles. The actual bus we're using, it's a 1992 Gillig Phantom bus. It's an N Judah bus, which historically ran from all the way down through the Sunset.
To drive a bus like this and have big giant water tanks would completely destabilize it. So we, for example, will be drawing water from fire hydrants.
The biggest challenge, I think, was how to deal with all of the black water and gray water, which is generated from 2 showers running every half hour, 8 hours a day. It's a lot of water. You can see the shell of the bus, and then the 2 shower pods, which are inserted inside the confines of the exterior wall.
Over and over again, people said, you are crazy, and we love this idea, and we will support you if you go out and get it done.
My name's Chris Doherty. We're here at Airco Mechanical, Sacramento, California. We're in the mechanical room of the Lava Mae bus. We have the engine here on this side of the wall. We have the mechanical room here, which is all the workings of the bus, and then we have the 2 bathrooms as we work forward on the bus. The biggest challenges in completing this is that nobody's ever done this before, so a lot just trial and error. So the unique thing about this particular plumbing system is that you would see this in a small commercial building or residential house, and we put this in the back of a minibus to run 2 full bathrooms. So this here, we have a 50-gallon hot water heater. It's powered by propane, and this delivers all the hot water to our showers, our lavies, and our heating system. So the unique thing about this particular bathroom here is that, we have skylights in here, we have a digitally controlled shower, we have hot and cold, and we're still on a bus.
It's just 2 units that have a shower, a sink, a toilet, and a small changing area. So it's the idea of, even though you're only going to be on the bus for 20 minutes or so, it's 20 minutes of complete privacy and respite to hopefully recharge yourself in a lot of ways. We decided that what we would do is partner with an existing nonprofit that's already serving the homeless that ultimately doesn't have showers and sanitation available to them. So we augment the services that they're offering, and we also benefit from their expertise and their wisdom about how to operate best in this realm. Lava Mae is not about ending homelessness. What we are about is providing hygiene, because we believe that hygiene brings dignity, and dignity opens up opportunity.
That was amazing to watch the sort of the formation of Lava Mae. So joining me now is Katie M. Is it last name? Is it Moran?
Moran, yep.
Katie Moran. I actually met Katie along with Debbie at the gala, at Spare Change News Gala. And so you're going to talk about, so she's also, she's working with Debbie on making these mobile showers a reality. So how did you come about, how did you join Debbie in this quest to bring mobile showers to Boston?
So we actually started this as a class project at the BU School of Public Health, where we were given the idea to try to address a social issue that impacts health. And Debbie had heard about Lava Mae, and we were like, I think this is going to be our project. Like, how can we make this happen in Boston? So that's how we got into it. And then the semester ended, and we were just kind of like, we're not ready to put this away and pretend it's like a hypothetical class project anymore. We really want to make it happen.
What was the moment that made you want to make this a reality?
Oh, I love watching these videos, actually. The Lava Mae videos are just beautifully done, and they really just make me seem like this has can have a huge impact on people. And, I think that's really what made me want to pursue it.
Yeah, the beginning of the video, the sound was a little messed up, but you can see the faces of the homeless population, the people that actually go to Lava Mae, and the smiles on their faces. They made me, I was like crying.
Oh, definitely.
I was at work crying. I'm like, oh, this is so beautiful. So I think something as simple as giving the homeless population access to a shower can make a huge difference in their lives. It is, like Debbie was saying, it's something as small that we all take for granted. Yeah. It's such a big deal for the people that I deal with on a daily basis, and hopefully you will deal with it on a daily basis as well. So as far as your role, this is your idea, you're sort of facilitating, you're doing the research. Is it your dream to actually administer it or facilitate it, or do you want to maybe bring in volunteers, or what are you looking to do?
I think that's a really good question that we think about a lot. I think initially we'd really want to partner with someone that knows what they're doing and is used to working with this population, because we have these big dreams, but it is, like Debbie was saying, a really vulnerable population.
Yeah.
So I think if we could initially partner with someone, I definitely want to help get it off the ground. And now as I kind of work more and more with it, I get more and more invested in this. So I'm not really totally sure, what our role will be in the future, but I'm definitely interested in getting this going in Boston.
Well, when I met Katie and Debbie at the gala, they kind of like sheepishly came up to me like, "We have this idea to have mobile showers." I'm like, "That's a great idea," and I thought it is a great idea. Mm-hmm. So stick with it. You can do it. You can make this happen. Things happen in weird ways, like sort of like how we. I kind of go with the flow in my life. That's how I became editor. Was sort of I wanted to help out, but I didn't know how to do it, and I basically. I applied to Spare Change News and I got it. So I just feel like that's part of my journey, and perhaps hopefully this is your part of your journey as well.
I completely agree. I think I've always, we're both students at the School of Public Health, and I went into public health because I wanted to help people and I wanted to make a difference. And then this project just kind of fell into place, and now like maybe this is what we're meant to do.
Now, again, early stages, but if you had a launch date, what would you like to launch this? Would it be in the next couple of years, or?
I think so. So ideally, if we kind of spend the next few months talking to as many people as we can, kind of like what we've been doing, but maybe doing some more formal interviews, some more formal research, because we really just want to do the most that we can to really make a case for this. Mm-hmm. I think that it would be most successful if we kind of do a thorough needs assessment and say, here is the need. So I think it's definitely something that we would like to see happen in the next couple of years if we could.
And I think that they launched in April, sort of like April showers.
Yeah.
Like, so are you going for like? I mean, we don't know yet, but the goal is within the next couple of years to hopefully make this a reality.
Yeah.
And have you thought about maybe doing a trial period?
That's exactly. I think something before we kind of go full steam ahead. I think definitely testing the concept and really seeing if people are actually going to use this. We have this vision in our mind that there's going to be a line out the door of people coming to use this, and maybe that's not the case, but I kind of think that there will be a need, but definitely a trial period would be really important.
Now, what are your thoughts on the outreach that you've done already? Like, where do you think that there are the biggest need so far is? Would it be like Cambridge, Boston? Like, any idea where the greatest need would be?
Well, I think it's really interesting in Cambridge because you do have a lot of the youth who maybe have some issues with shelters or don't feel comfortable in shelters. So I think that's a really interesting target area. We don't want to exclude anyone. We don't want to say this is only going to be in Boston or this is only going to be in Cambridge. We're really hoping to kind of get everyone's perspective and then going from there and seeing where maybe there's the biggest need. And maybe if we start at somewhere where there's a big need and we kind of prove the concept and prove that it works, maybe we could expand from there.
So something that my first reaction to this was, this will give a safe place for women. This will give a safe place for the LGBT community, specifically the trans community. If you have any, like we did a story this last week in Spare Change News on the trans community and how difficult it is for them to find a safe place. Mm-hmm. And finding a place to shower is probably even more difficult for the trans community. So this is a huge deal, not only for the mainstream homeless population, but the majority of the homeless population, but also the trans community. And as far as percentages, it's huge. Like the amount of trans homeless people in Massachusetts it's like a large percentage. LGBT is 40%. So a large percentage of the people that are affected by homelessness or become homeless, especially in the youth population, are LGBT. So this is something that is thought about every day. So we talked about also women. I had someone who was in the shelter system. Her name's Beatrice Bell. She's one of our vendors, and she was telling me the horror stories of what it was like to be in a shelter, and it being sort of a co-ed shelter with women trying to take showers and being harassed by the men in the shelter system. So if there's a need for women to feel safe and for the trans community to feel safe as well.
I think that's a really, really good point. And we don't want to say we're like, replacing the shelters with our model. We think they do really good work in other ways, but we just kind of see this as a supplement, as, a safe, quiet, peaceful place, a shower like any one of us would get, where there's not a bunch of people waiting or standing outside or, watching, it's just a peaceful place. And I think that's what we're really interested in building.
Well, I love the Lava Mae videos. It kind of reminds me of like a spa day.
Oh, exactly. That's how I, long in the future, I kind of envision peaceful music playing and just kind of a little oasis and some relaxation.
So to give you an idea, the next edition of Spare Change News, we're talking about what's happening in Hawaii. They're doing mobile, not only mobile showers, but possibly mobile shelters. They're renovating retired buses in Hawaii into mini shelters. And that's like maybe turning a bus into a recreational area.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting. I could totally picture like a mobile lounge or just, a place where you can feel safe, where you can relax, just kind of live a normal life. And I think a lot of the research in working with homeless populations emphasizes that mobile outreach is kind of the way to work with them, rather than having them come to a certain place. If you can bring the services directly towards them, I think that's probably the most successful.
Awesome. So anything else, Katie?
Not that I can think of. But
well, if people want more information, at this point they probably can check out Lava Mae.
Yeah,
is it lavamae.org or .com or?
I think it's .org, I think.
.org. So type in Lava Mae. It's LAVAMAE. Do you have a website yet, or?
We don't have a website. We're very early stage, just kind of getting the word out there, but.
But you can always, I will, trust me, I will send you any emails. If you send me an email, editor@sparechangenews.net, we're also going to play this video on sparechangenews.net, and I'll forward the emails to Katie and to Debbie. So, because I want to make this a reality. So
do we.
So thank you so much,
thank you so
Katie,
much for
coming
us.
on Spare Change News TV. And I'm actually going to give you a sneak peek of our upcoming edition of Spare Change News. And ta-da! Our next cover story is Taylor Swift, the singer. Taylor Swift has definitely been an advocate for the homeless of the United States. She's also very popular right now with 1989 and also her latest single.
I've always been drawn